It is Sunday night, and it is time for wrestling. We're talking returns, possible forbidden doors being opened, and on top of everything, big news coming with NXT. Let's get to it. And of course, MJF's return. It's all happening right now on the We Booket Podcast, baby. Let's go. Yes. Once again, we are back with you guys. It is the We Book It Podcast, boys. Of course, with my esteemed co-host. Of course, I have Coachman.
Gentlemen.
And of course, I have Fritos.
What up?
And of course, we got Big Daddy. See.
Yo.
Yes.
Fellas, how are we doing?
Yes.
I did that one just for you, Fritos, just so you know. I did it just for you.
I'm so glad you're back. I'm so happy you're back.
Yeah, guys, thanks for holding it down. Couple weeks I was gone, out the picture, out the country completely. And yeah, man, I scored some real nice stuff in Mexico. And I was able to get it across the border back over into the States. So shh, don't tell nobody. But no, I'm just excited. I'm excited to be back and to be podding with you guys. We got so much to talk about with wrestling. I mean, returns. I mean, it was such a momentous week in wrestling. So without further ado, as they like to say, we're gonna go ahead and start with Fritos and the Raw recap. Take us through, Fritos.
Will do, but before we do the Raw recap, I just want to let everyone know, you guys have been worried about it. Tank did win his super sectionals in banana sucking. He is going to the finals. Apparently, he went full Diddy on those bananas.
Oh, full Diddy.
Full Diddy.
Crazy.
You know, it's amazing this show is still allowed on YouTube and we haven't gotten like suspended or our account taken down yet.
There's more crazy stuff out there on YouTube, so
yeah, I think they're not worried about us right now.
Yeah, they got worried about Logan Paul's little forest trip in Japan than us.
We're fairly mild. We're fairly mild compared to other YouTube other podcasters.
I believe it. All right, Fritos, what you got for us, man?
Show starts off with Ludwig Kaiser introducing the Ring General, a.k.a. your new king of the ring, Gunther, out there. Gunther wasted zero time saying how he's going for the World Heavyweight Champion and throwing some jabs at Priest. The Judgment Day and Priest come out. They have a short little promo battle. Then Drew, feeling left out, comes out. Then they have a little promo battle. Then we have our first match coming up with Braun Strowman going against JD. Drew left the ring not wanting any of that, and the match starts. I got a tablet now, guys, so I don't have to worry about the phone lacking. So high tech now. We are high.
You're hilarious.
Podcast.
The promo battle. I would say that
it didn't work.
Damien Priest to me is at a spot where he's still trying to figure things out as a world champ. I feel like he knows who he is as a competitor and as a superstar, but I still have a hard time buying him as a world champ. It reminds me of like Edge's first WWE title run, of CM Punk's first WWE title run. They hadn't really found themselves yet. Like, they put the title on you and it's okay, kid, sink or swim moment here. And like, for me, like watching Damien Priest give promos and he's literally swimming with the sharks. Like, Triple H is not pampering him at all. He's swimming with the sharks because Drew McIntyre is putting on some of the best promo work that is happening in wrestling, period, right now. And then, of course, obviously, I mean, And you know when CM Punk comes back that he's going to hold his own, and Gunther doesn't really have to talk because he's more of a strategist, ring general. He's not a talk general, so obviously, I mean that's there. But you know CM Punk is going to challenge him on the mic. They're going to run into each other. They're going to have some go back forth between those two. So I'm really curious to see how Damien Priest begins to grow on his mic skills. His in-ring skills are good. That's what they are. He puts on good matches sometimes he puts on stinkers and boredom. But for the most part, I think that he does pretty well. It's just his mic skills leave a little bit to be desired for me. I really wanted him to joust back and forth with Drew, but come up with some better puns, if that makes sense, like some original stuff. And I just felt like I didn't get that out of this promo battle with him. It felt weird. It felt awkward. It felt like he was just kind of out there in the shadow, and you can kind of almost tell he's not going to be champion for long. It's just not his time for a long title reign.
For me, that promo, it just felt odd because right now, but Damien's in the in-between stage where he's face heel. You just don't know right now. And just having a full-on heel, just them doing it, just felt super odd to me completely. But then when you add Drew to the mix with, 3 hills, it was just didn't work out as well as I thought it was going to be. But, yeah.
Because Gunther don't really cut good promos either. Honestly, is there a British version of Paul Heyman that you could put with Gunther and, like, literally, like, make them, like... Okay, this may sound weird, because he did it over in AEW, but they really should put William Regal with Gunther.
I dig it.
Yeah,
I think that would work.
And let him be the mouthpiece for Gunther, because he can't talk. He's just, I mean, like I said, his in-ring work and the destruction he causes in the ring and how he makes people's chests look like somebody poured Kool-Aid over it or cherry Kool-Aid over it or something like that. Like, I mean, like, it's just. It's amazing the in-ring work that he does as a wrestler. But I have a hard time buying and caring about him when he talks in the ring on promos. Because again, you're going into a reality era, this Paul Levesque era, where Gunther is gonna have to joust in the ring with CM Punk. He's not gonna be able to just sit up there and say the same little stuff that he says. Like, he's gonna have to get witty, his time is gonna have to get better. Otherwise, he's gonna get roasted, man. And I don't want to see my world champions get roasted. I don't want to see my guys that's supposed to be the leaders of the company getting roasted. I felt bad for Roman Reigns all those years back when John Cena kicked his ass in a promo battle and exposed him in front of everybody. I mean, it was torture. I don't want to see that happen to Gunther and Damien Priest. If those guys are your future, you either got to pair them with a mic or they got to make them do some extra promo classes or something. But you got to get them ready for the big time. Or have them write their promos out themselves and rehearse them or something. You got to do something to help these guys. But I definitely think that William Regal, I guess it don't have to be another Blackpool Combat Club or anything like that. But something of that extent for Gunther, where he has a voice and somebody talking on the mic for him.
I think what was different about this week with the promo between Drew and Damien, I mean, if you look at last week's Raw, it was just those two going back and forth. This time, he had JD, Finn, and Dom out with him, and I think people are still trying to figure out, like, okay, are you doing this on your own? Are you gonna? Because you keep talking about I'm gonna be a champ on my own, but yet you're still bringing out Judgment Day with you. I think that is what held him back this week, was the fact that he's going back on what he keeps talking about is I'm doing this on my own, but hey, you guys come out with me for this promo battle. It just didn't sit right. And I think the WWE Universe is smart enough to realize that. It's like, okay, like, what are you doing?
Don't know what Claude's doing there. He's really just staring at his screen.
No, I'm just as we're going over this stuff, I'm just going back and looking at stuff.
Okay.
On the highlights.
Making sure that Whiskers wasn't messing with the wires and freezing you again.
No, she's too busy meowing outside the door.
Tragedy.
Yeah.
All she wants to do is love you, Claude, and you won't let her.
No, she can love me when I get done podcasting. So
Fair enough. Fair enough.
But then we go into our first match, JD versus Braun Strowman. JD held on his own for a little bit, but then targeting Braun's knee. Then we had some interference from Finn Balor and from Carlito. But at the end, we knew what was going to happen. Braun Strowman getting the win. Introducing a new power slam, which I really liked. Then afterwards, Braun being upset was chasing Finn throughout, not Finn, but JD throughout the whole backstage. Personally, I thought the match was a little bit way too long than what it should be. But I do love the element of Braun, angry again and chasing JD's giant head throughout the whole backstage and that new power slam.
Yeah, this match, I honestly thought was going to be a jobber match, but it went, like you said, Fritos, it went longer than expected. And I don't know if Braun is doing this on purpose, but the way that he power walks, I find hilarious.
I thought he had to go to the bathroom.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I mean, he is looking like he is trying to find the nearest bathroom, and he is holding in both cheeks, just trying to make sure nothing happens.
Thank God he's wearing his dark pants. We don't want to see that in the white pants, guys.
That's funny.
Fellas, always wear your brown pants, and then nobody will know anything.
True. Put on those army colors. Nobody can tell.
Then we had a little backstage part with Ricochet talking to Dragunov, getting a rematch going on. We also get Karrion Kross backstage talking to. Oh, that was from earlier. Damn Bleacher Report. I hate it. Is this the... Sorry, guys. Damn technical difficulties. All right, you're right. We do have another backstage segment. It was the ice cream segment with Awesome Truth, where we found out that R-Truth is strawberry, as Miz is vanilla. New Day talking to them. Then Karrion Kross coming up, and they setting up a match with AOP and the Creed brothers, which I thought was good. We almost saw a Miz get canceled. That would have been great because, screw the Miz. I'm still upset about him almost clipping me with his car.
Oh my God. Let it go, Fritos. Let it go.
Yeah,
Never.
Fritos. You have to let that go. It was a long time ago. Okay.
It may be a long time, but it feels just like yesterday. All right. I'm sorry.
No, that segment was a little bit cringy. I honestly, the show could have done without it. But I also know they got to get the Raw Tag Team Champions in there, and especially if they aren't wrestling a match yet. They're just biding their time. No, Miz and Truth are gonna lose those titles to AOP. I suspect probably either by SummerSlam, maybe even Clash at the Castle. I mean, like I said, but they won't be Raw Tag Champs for a very long time here coming. What's interesting is what is Karrion Kross's deal with Xavier Woods. I think that we have to really zero in on that because that's a moment. And really, I left that segment. Obviously, the whole he wasn't gonna say strawberry. No, he wasn't. Like that part was funny. It was a little satire. But you leave that moment, and you really realize, okay, Big E's a WWE champion. Big E's an Intercontinental champion. And he's also however many tag team champion times that the New Day has won it. You look at Kofi. Kofi's United States champion. Kofi's the Intercontinental champion. Kofi's a tag team champion. Kofi's a WWE champion. He's done all of that stuff. So what Karrion Kross is saying isn't wrong. Where are they going with this? If you think about it, Xavier Woods, way back when the New Day would do their podcast, Xavier Woods always expressed wanting to be King of the Ring. And obviously, like I said, I mean, WWE gave in and gave it to him, but his King of the Ring run was like shiesty compared to, it was probably the worst King of the Ring win of them all. It was either him. It's got to be between him, Billy Gunn, or Sheamus. I hated all three of those King of the Ring runs. But like I said, I just it's true. But where are they going with this? Could you guys honestly see Xavier Woods being Intercontinental Champion? Could you guys see Xavier Woods being United States Champion? Could you guys see maybe Xavier Woods going to NXT and becoming NXT World Champion? Could you see that?
I could see the NXT World Champion.
Yeah, same here.
I could see him maybe compete for the IC title, but not winning it. It's almost like the Jey Uso effect, kind of, where, yeah, he's got the talent. He could, compete with those guys, but I just don't see him, WWE pulling the trigger and naming him the next champion. That's the only thing. But I don't know. I don't know if we're going to lead to a heel or a complete breakup of New Day, because I feel like now it's just a bit off.
It's stale with just the two of them. I would agree with that. The New Day interactions, I mean, they've entertained us now. What the New Day got together in Claude, in 2014, 2013, 2014? Like, it's been a long time.
Yeah.
They've been together 10 years. So it's not like this tag team is anything new, or they just put them together or piece them together. Like, this is a legit tag team and one of the greatest tag teams of the last decade. We can say that. Not of all time, last decade, yes. So we can say that for them. But I mean, yeah, I definitely think that it's time for them to do something different. And I would not mind Xavier Woods branching off and going to NXT and just doing his thing there and just having fun. I mean, or if you want to bring back, Prince Pretty, his best friend, and let them do something together and maybe work together or something like that, I wouldn't be mad about that either, And honestly, guys, Kofi can ride off into the sunset. I'm about over, and I know it's gonna sound bad, but I'm about over Kofi Kingston. I mean, it's just it's the same stuff.
Yeah.
He never did what Mike wanted him to do like so many years ago.
What was that? Bring back the Jamaican voice?
No, cut his hair off, put a suit on, and really embrace this heel persona. Not like how he did with like New Day, but like Mike wanted him to like cut his hair off and like be like a corporate Kofi Kingston, like having this whole new persona years ago, and it never happened. And so Mike has never gotten over that.
After Kofi Kingston got screwed out of the matches with Randy Orton, where he was supposed to fight him for the WWE Championship, I wanted Kofi Kingston to go on a revolt. I wanted Kofi Kingston to cut his hair, put a suit on, and say, the man has been trying to keep me down for too long. Almost Malcolm X-ish, in a sense. And be like, the man has been keeping me down for too long, and I've been fighting against these forces that are trying to attack me and keep me down and keep me out the limelight and taking food out of my kids' mouths and money from my family. And it's about time that this stuff ends. And and here's the thing. The inception of the New Day, I think, was supposed to be something like this. But the problem is everybody just started referring them to them as Nation of Domination 2.0. And so they had to go the other route and make it funny.
Mm-hmm.
So those are my 2 cents. Sorry, I keep interrupting you, Fritos. Keep going.
It's okay. That's why I missed you. You interrupted me, and I loved it.
My man, that's why you the best.
I try. But then we had our other match, AOP defeating Creed Brothers. Say it with me, guys. 1, 2, 3.
Piss break.
Piss break. It's my piss break. I mean, I caught like the last bit. It kind of sounds like the crowd was kind of getting into a little bit AOP. Maybe that was just my perspective, just watching it. It sounds like they're almost semi. I don't want to say they are fully buying them, but they're semi. I don't kind of get interested into the group.
They're intrigued.
I mean, I'm intrigued. It's just their group is a weird setup of 5 with 2 managers really, or 3 managers, because Karen hasn't done much lately. It's just AOP wrestling. It's just kind of a funky group.
Yep.
Then going on, we had another backstage little segment. Then turned into going in the ring. Sheamus and Ludwig Kaiser going at it. promo going off. Sheamus going backstage. Kaiser surprising him from behind, attacking him, taking that out back in the crowd, which I'm telling you, it's setting up for another European match for Clash of the Castle. So I'm kind of excited for this one. Then we had a little Lyrie Valkyria, Becky Lynch segment backstage, which Becky, again, piss break. I'm over her. I'm over Becky Cena.
Whoa.
Sorry.
Well, no,
Becky
I think
Cena.
I don't think we
we're-
should.
We're giving
I don't
her
think we
new
should
last name
overlook
every
the.
week.
We shouldn't
Becky
overlook
Becky
that
Cena.
segment though, because I mean, she had a cryptic response to Lyra about sometimes you just have to walk away, which was hinting at her contract being up, but also two, her taking that extended leave probably, or that we know is going to happen.
Right.
So you got to find that part interesting. I get it though, Fritos.
Mhm.
I think, yeah, I get it.
I'm
You
just
can't
over
overlook-
Becky.
You can't overlook it. man.
No, coach.
Let
Don't
her.
give him that lifeline like that. Becky Lynch
He's
is
my coach.
entertaining. Oh, coach, don't give Fritos that lifeline. Don't do that. Fritos, you ungrateful, spoiled brat. How dare you treat Becky Lynch like that and say these things you said about her being ready to leave, brother, and you being over her. Becky Lynch saved the women's division from the reign of terror that is Charlotte Flair. But guess what? You finna get your just desserts. You finna get everything you asked for, because guess who's on her way back?
She ain't coming back.
One leaves, one comes back, and it's finna be 10 times worse.
No.
Well, currently she's filming a movie, so she might not be back for a little bit. So
Listen,
hopefully,
Nia Jax is gonna lose that is gonna win the Women's World Championship from Bayley at SummerSlam. And guess who's gonna be the one to beat her? And it's gonna be another attempt to turn Charlotte Flair face.
It's like
Because
pick your poison, because now it's like I definitely don't want to see Nia Jax with the belt again. I'm like, I don't like seeing her on my TV. And so like I'm like, by default, I
you
gotta
gotta cheer for
Flair.
Charlotte. You gotta cheer for her.
I'm like, come on back, take your little break from playing in the WNBA and come on back home to the WWE, and it'll be all right. I'm telling y'all, Cameron Brink looked just like that girl, man, like that woman, man. Ric Flair got some explaining to do. I'm sorry.
And listen, it's highly plausible though. That's the
it's
thing.
likely.
It's believable. It's like I said, that could be the truth. Like I said, so it ain't even out of the realm of possibility. Sorry, Fritos, I interrupt you again, but you put some more respect on Becky Lynch's name, as this is her send-off show. All right,
she's coming back.
She's
coming back.
coming back,
But
but like in a year.
Let her go take some time off and make another baby with Seth, and everything will be all fine. Let them go do what they do, and we'll see them in another year or so.
What's next, Fritos?
Then we had the female match, Valkyrie versus Sane. And again, this was my piss break. So this was only my piss break because, like I tell everyone, I drink a gallon of water. So it's just running through me. That wasn't like, all right, I'm getting up and leaving. But Valkyrie taking away the win. Then we had a little backstage part with Io Sky being all upset about that loss. And breaking literally everything in the backstage room. So I'm wondering if we're going to have a breakup of Damage Control.
They should.
Thank God.
It's ran its course, and they can't talk. Like, they don't have a mouthpiece. You split them up from Bayley. These girls can't cut a promo for shit. I mean, what are you going to do? How are you going to get people to care about them? I mean, and honestly, I just wanted to back up for a second. Do y'all really care? Do y'all really care about Valkyria yet? I mean, does she feel like somebody important to y'all? I mean, Triple H has to be high on this woman, because
I give it time.
I'm slowly buying into her.
Yeah,
I'm bought in. I like her, and I think, I mean, come on, if she takes a slam like that and is still breathing, you got my respect.
We want Alexa. We want Alexa. We want Alexa. Listen,
we had
of course
on
of
Instagram
course
from her.
Guys. Oh, snap. No, Alexa, stop.
Technical difficulties
All right.
everywhere.
All right.
Yo, that's wild.
Codes disappeared.
Those dang ghosts.
So, Coachman. So what? What just happened? Why Fritos is gone?
What is happening?
What is going on?
Okay, so maybe it's not me this time, guys. Huh? You ever think about that?
It's not me.
Not me.
But no, my I should have said we want Alexa Bliss, not just the first A name, because if I say it, it's listening. So if I say it, it's gonna pop in again. But anyways, no, guys, seriously, Bliss needs to come back. Her kid has been around long enough. We need her desperately on that Raw show. She can carry and hold that women's world title and make it really, really good. And she could be the face, the bridge until mommy gets back. Because I don't think mommy's coming back by SummerSlam. So you're going to need somebody that is a believable challenger, and size-wise, it works with them. So like that's another reason why I liked mommy fighting Nia Jax. I like Charlotte coming back and fighting Nia, because size-wise, you kind of look at it and you're like, okay, I can see where she could actually be able to do something with her and move with her. But also, Charlotte may not want to work with Nia Jax because she is already injury prone. The last thing you want to do is get in the ring, first get back, and immediately injure yourself again, because Nia Jax is Nia Jax, you know. That'd be pretty bad.
She'll jack up your ligaments, basically. That's what she'll do.
So, all right. So moving forward on with the pod. What else?
Then we had a backstage with Damien Priest confronting JD, Balor, and Dom, calling out, talking to Liv, which we'll talk about that dirty son of a bitch. Sorry.
Fritos is hot. We're gonna give him a couple minutes when that comes.
Oh, he's gonna cook.
Promo.
He's gonna cook.
He's heating up.
Oh, trust me, I'm booking that man terribly if I was Triple H after that. Then going into our match, we have Rey Mysterio versus Carlito. Let's see. General match going on. We had LWO out there. We had Judgment Day out there. Then next thing you know, after the match, Rey took it. But then we had Priest coming out, handling business, staring down Judgment Day angrily because he's tired of it. He is fed up taking care of everyone's business. He's ready to do it on his own, even though he had help with the promo. But, whatever. It's not our fault. It's not his problem.
Is anybody else sick of Rey Mysterio?
Yeah.
Rey, you were great. From his inception, from the start of his WWE career in 2002, and up until literally, what? His first run and his second run with the company were great. This third run is stale, but he moves merch, so you got to keep him. Because like I said, I was at that California Mania. That dude is a Mexican superhero. I literally put on my Snapchat as he came out. This dude is literally a Mexican superhero. To these people, like they went nuts for him. The only person I think that could ever rival what Rey Mysterio means to the Mexican culture and luchador wrestling is Eddie Guerrero.
Mm-hmm.
But man, they went nuts to him. But as far as the storylines and the biggest little man stuff, and look, either you're gonna get him back with Dom, or let him retire, man. But it's stale. It's stale to me. I could do without seeing Rey Mysterio on my television, to quote my famous friend Birdman Iceberg.
Well, he talked about how he wants a pay-per-view in Mexico within the next 3 years. So I'm assuming probably by then that's when he's gonna
3 years
officially retire.
Oh my!
He says he wants one within 3 years, since they're doing all the European pay-per-views now. So yeah.
I guess, man. I guess. Just give me something compelling with them, something that I care about. Again, with wrestling, it's just important to give us what we care about. Give us something to care about. And with Rey, the stuff with Rey, I don't feel sorry for him anymore when people turn on him and they beat his little ass. I don't feel bad. I laugh at him now. I'm like, ha ha. This is what, the 8th person that then turned on you? Stupid. Maybe you ought to learn.
Is he the problem?
Yes.
He might be the problem.
Clearly, he's the problem. Clearly, it's something about him. I mean, like I said, I don't know if he's condescending backstage or whatnot, but there's something wrong with Rey Mysterio that make these people hate him and feel justified for hating him. Like, they don't feel bad about it.
Are we going to see a Hill Ray? I mean, it's
Never.
got to be some type of
No.
story. I know we won't, but
Never.
it should be some type of story. I mean, how many people are turning on him?
That stunk so bad in WCW when they tried to turn Rey
Yeah.
Mysterio heel, bro. It did not work. It did
When
not go well
he
at
had to
all.
remove the mask.
He took the mask off. He
Yeah.
had blonde hair. He looked like Slim Shady, bro. And that's just when Eminem had first came out too. Like, nah, bro, it was bad. It was bad.
Oh, man.
Don't do that. Like I said, make him an agent backstage. Let him let him work and produce matches. Let him do different things. He can still work for WWE. He can still collect that awesome paycheck, but that talent contract has to expire. Please put aside, sign him to a Legends deal. Give us another couple Rey Luchador legendary titles. All this stuff, cool, great. Stop wrestling. Stop booking him and stuff. Unless he's gonna be a manager and a voice in the back, like Tito Santana was for Shawn Michaels in the early 90s. Like, because people will always love Rey, so he can always get you over. But sorry, that's my rant. I have a lot to say, clearly, folks, if you couldn't tell, just from being 2 weeks of bottled up from not being able to talk wrestling with anybody. So that's why I keep saying this stuff. Sorry. Go ahead, Fritos.
Then we go into our next match. Bronson Reed versus Otis. Otis pulling out some of his classic moves where Gable was not happy with that. Reed took the win after the match. Gable got the whole Alpha Academy out there and was gaslighting them. Then it kind of threw me for a little surprise how Gable was going to discipline my boy Otis with a belt. I mean, if that's what it's like having a father, I'm glad I never had a dad, folks. Woo! Thank God.
Otis, you're gonna get it. You're gonna get it.
You're going to get a beating. Who did it? Michael, Marlon, who left the towels in the pool?
Oh, Jackson's
You're gonna
reckless,
get it.
guys.
You're going to get a beating.
If you ever get a chance, watch Jackson's American Dream. You'll understand what our inside jokes are about.
Michael,
But then before Gable could spank Otis with the belt, Sammy came in and interfered. Then little promo going on. Then Otis reluctantly following Gable out after. Which more and more I'm buying into this storyline. It's probably right now, other than the Bloodline storyline, it's my favorite going on. Because you've got Otis being the lovable guy that we all love and know, and Gable trying to turn him for something he doesn't want to be or doesn't like. So I'm really into it. I cannot wait for Alpha Academy to break up and see Otis go on his own. And I mean, we talked about it last week. Maybe a reunion with Heavy Machinery and bringing back Tucker. I would love that too. Since I want to know your opinion on that, Virgil, since you were gone.
I think that I like the dastardliness of what Chad Gable is bringing to you right now, and just really running that slime ball, slumlord, ruler, I'm better than you attitude hanging over these guys. But the problem is he hasn't won yet. So he can't really look down on them and you make it really believable until he wins too. Once he wins, then he can really look down at all of them. And then they'll leave him, and then he'll be able to maybe form something with someone else. But I think that Otis needs to be an NXT star. I think that's his cap. I think he can work in NXT. I think that he can do great things there. I think that he can be a North American champion 3 times over. I think that he can have a good career. I think that he can do good matches and good things. Either a tag team competitor on the main roster or in NXT, he's a North American champion, maybe fringe NXT world champion, maybe potentially. But I have a hard time buying into Otis because he's been a gimmick so much. It'd be like and Fritos, coach, you guys may not understand this reference, but it would be like WWE putting the title on Big Dick Johnson. You know what I'm saying? And like saying like, you know, like he's the guy, or like, you know, like he's somebody that we see we can make, you know, a bunch of money with. That's why I never understood why they gave Otis the Money in the Bank briefcase either. Cause I'm just like, dude, like, you're not gonna put no title on him. Why do that? That's a waste. That's a waste of the contract.
Wasn't
I get it, he was over.
Wasn't that when they did the
Yes.
that was during the pandemic, they had the Money in the Bank pay-per-view at the
headquarters.
At the headquarters.
Yes.
That was interesting. I did.
It was
that
one too.
It was.
That match gets a lot of flack, but I actually liked that.
It's fun.
Yeah.
I liked a lot of things produced during the pandemic. We can literally do an after pod one day about the pandemic, about pandemic wrestling. I mean, that could be a couple episodes.
Taker AJ Styles was like,
oh yes,
man,
oh my god, and of course, let us not forget, let us not forget the champ, the GOAT himself, and we're working with Bray Wyatt. You know, like I said. So I mean, it was a lot of good content that came out of the pandemic era. But seriously though, when it comes to this, Otis needs to go. Honestly, Otis and
Tozawa.
No, Tozawa needs to be released, or sent to Speed, one or the other. Gosh,
Maxine Dupree.
Yes, Miss Dupree needs to, but both of them need to go back to NXT as a team, maybe, and she could be his valet, and they can wrestle there together. They support each other during their matches, and they really work themselves up from the ground up. Maybe back there and work their way back to the main roster. But I would like to see Otis and Maxine Dupree both go back to NXT and spend some time down there. I'm talking about some years, like a couple years down there, and really like find themselves, find their niche. It's not enough TV time, guys, to justify having all these people up there and just barely doing stuff. It just don't make sense. That's my 2 cents.
That's fair. Then going on to our main
don't
event.
look so disappointed, Fritos. Gee, you like
Seriously,
you see how beat down he looked after I said what I
I'm
said.
the Otis of the group here, all right. I'm the lovable, fun one, all right.
Good Lord, it's like I killed his cat or something. Like he's like,
you did. How dare you with that opinion? Don't talk about Otis like that. But I digress. Anyways, going on to our main event, the steel cage match, Liv versus Becky. It was my piss break. Joking. It was not. We had a little interference from Dirty Dom and JD and Finn trying to help Becky win the title back from Liv. Then out of nowhere, Braun showing up, going after JD. And when he was going after JD, the door of the cage was open and hit Becky in the head, which allowed Liv to escape and retain her title. Then we had a little moment with Liv and Dom. Then my TV blacked out and went to some random cowboy show that USA Network has. I didn't have to find. I found out later on through Coach what happened.
On that.
That dirty son of a bitch Dom Frenching Liv, even though she initiated, he could have fought her off with that one arm. I don't care if he had Tommy John. No. You fight off Liv for Mommy. How dare you switch to a short blonde that everyone likes from Mommy? Mommy is peak of women beauty. How dare you, dirty son of a bitch. Sorry.
Hey.
What?
Hey. Go easy on Liv, right? All right.
I know.
Liv is
a
Morgan's
woman.
sugar daddy.
She's a beautiful woman. I'm just upset at the situation. I'm just waiting for this custody battle because when Mommy comes back, she is pulling a Gable and spanking Dom with that belt. I'm telling you.
You really wish it could be you spanking though. You see his face? He was like he was caught off. He was just caught like immediately. He's like, "Oh, he said it."
Hey, we know who we wish it wasn't. We know who we wish it wasn't. Mr.
Who's
Murphy.
That? Oh yeah. Skip him. Anyways, I think I think coming out of coming out of this match, you realize a couple things. Obviously, it was a way to get Becky off television. She's done. She's gone. Adios. Take your break. It's a well-deserved break. Thank you for holding the company down for the past 6 years and both women's divisions and making them relevant. As far as the title, obviously, Liv is in that same spot with me. She's going to be in that same spot with me that Damien Priest finds himself in. She feels like a transitional champion. She feels like she's just holding that belt for a little while because as soon as Mommy gets back, she's taking that title back. And it might be as soon as the Royal Rumble. Like I said, it could be Survivor Series. Who knows? But yeah, we might have a summer of Liv, but after that, it's going to be lights out. So, look at, he just realized he didn't have his hat on.
I didn't feel like
about
myself,
that.
man. I didn't feel like myself.
He's back.
I wasn't talking enough. I'm like, I need to get the hat back on, man.
Yeah. So for me, I just think that it was good TV. I also like the fact that they used the old DX finish or whatnot when Shawn Michaels Sweet Chin Music, the steel cage, and slammed it right on Edge's face. It cost Edge a chance to be WWE champion. I like that they used that spot or whatnot. So to finish the match, I thought it was cool. And, like I said, it is what it is. Becky will come back with a vengeance. And I hope here's my hope. I hope they don't just let Mommy come back and just win the title. And I also hope that they don't just let Mommy come back and win the Elimination Chamber or the Royal Rumble and go to WrestleMania and win the title. I want them to give her the Batista treatment. When Batista relinquished the belt, he had to work his way back up. He went through Mark Henry, and then he had to go through King Booker's court, and then he finally got to King Booker. And it took him 3 times to beat King Booker for that world championship because King Booker kept cheating him. I mean, he even knocked him in the head with the Royal Scroll. I mean, it was a great rivalry, and it like I said, it made for great television, and they even actually fought in real life. Like I said. So I mean, it meant something. Make it mean something when Mommy comes back. Don't just give her back the belt. Make her work for it. And then Batista went on to immediately have to fight The Undertaker, and we knew he was screwed after that.
It was good. It was a good rivalry, though. It was a good rivalry.
It was. But
the Rhea
you
stuff's
knew.
Interesting. I'm sorry, but I mean,
No, go ahead.
But no, the Rhea stuff's interesting because right now with the whole Judgment Day going on, with them falling apart, losing constantly, it's gonna be interesting too with that coming back, especially with Priest trying to do his own thing. So when she does come back, it's going to be a weird dynamic after that and see how it all works out again. Because is she going to take the lead? Is Priest going to take the lead or what?
My hope is that Damien Priest has left them by then. My hope is that the Judgment Day has dissolved by that time, and she comes back to an empty clubhouse, and she's like I mean, I don't want to mimic her Australian voice, but like I said, it's just it's time. It's time for them to go their separate ways.
That's fair.
I think it would be interesting for when she comes back to. I agree with you there, Virgil, about building her back up. It's just that she literally would have nothing now. She doesn't have her title. She doesn't have Dom. She wouldn't have Judgment Day. She wouldn't have anything. She would be on her own for once and not have anybody to turn back to for help or support. So I think that would be an interesting development. I mean, she's already over with the fans. Let her get a babyface run here, and I'm sure people would buy into that easily.
I agree.
Well,
100%.
so have her be babyface against Liv, or because
I think just in general.
I mean, yeah, babyface in general, but definitely against Liv. Like I said, and I mean, you could make that Liv match a WrestleMania match if you want to, but I can't see them having Liv hold that belt for that long till Mania. I mean, from now till Mania, I can't see that. Like I said, but there's got to be somebody on the horizon that can come and be a better, believable, more believable champion than me. Liv Morgan to me has always been just a good hand. Like she's always like, you know, I mean, a great women's tag team champ. You know, like I said, when they inevitably make women's Intercontinental and women's United States, she'll be great at those. But I just don't like Liv Morgan having the world championship.
You think they're gonna make women's United States and Intercontinental?
If they doing it in NXT, it's coming up to the main roster.
I don't want them to end up like AEW, just oversaturated with all these damn titles, man. Like, I'm like, man, it just gets to a point, man. It's just like, I get it. You want to open up more opportunities for like the younger talent that's not really like main card status to like have something worthy of like, you know, to their careers. But I don't know, just too many titles is just.
I'd be cool if it's just like one title and treat it like the women's tag team where they can jump back and forth.
Yeah, I will be cool with
just like that.
Yeah, it shouldn't be. Nah, this ain't New Japan. Like, just like, this ain't this. But
guys, gender equality.
Endeavor.
I'm being equality.
Endeavor, UFC, how they got all these titles and stuff, all these weight classes. I wouldn't surprise me if they did do it. So. You know.
I can already promise y'all, if it's happening in NXT, by WrestleMania next year, they will debut 2 brand new women's mid-card championships. It's gonna happen. Might as well get used to it. And then somehow, some way, Dana Brooke gonna find her ass back in WWE, and she gonna hold one of them, and she gonna run that title to the ground.
If that's the case, if they end up doing that, that means a lot of the big pay-per-views that they have more than likely are going to be like 2 nights because they're already about to turn SummerSlam into 2 nights next year. So that's more likely going to be the trend. So this is going to have WrestleMania,
and then
SummerSlam, Survivor Series maybe.
So I was going to bring this up later, but with what they're trying to do is they're trying to do those Endeavor weekends where Friday night will be the slap fighting. And then the Saturday night will be the UFC night, and then the Sunday night will be the WWE night. So with their smaller pay-per-views, they're going to do it that way, and then the big pay-per-views are going to be 2 nights events.
Okay.
And they're looking to host all this stuff from the same arena.
Damn.
Smart.
Yeah.
They cut down on costs and everything like that.
Yeah.
So. I mean, like I said, you just got to make sure that you have a ring truck, a octagon truck, and whatever they use. I guess a stage truck for slap fighting. But yeah, so that was your Raw recap, folks. But now we're gonna move on over to SmackDown, the SmackDown Rebound. Take it away.
All right, so we got SmackDown last Friday night. Show opened up with Nick Aldis. You know, having a ceremony to crown Nia Jax as the Queen of the Ring. She beat Lyra Valkyrie in the finals of the tournament. And so pretty much that segment, Nia Jax, of course, came out there gloating as usual. And then eventually Bayley comes out. And as Bayley's making her way to the ring, you have Piper Niven and Chelsea Green attack her and pretty much throw her in the ring. Just continue to beat the crap out of her. Nia Jax just sitting there looking confused. And then she's talking her stuff as she's exiting the ring. And that was pretty much that. So what are your thoughts, fellas, on that segment?
That segment kind of made me mad just because of how I mean, Bayley's looking like a very weak champion right now. We've talked about it with how Swerve has been booked in AEW, and I see a lot of similarities there. And at this point, Bayley's supposed to face Piper at Clash of the Castle. At this point, I'd say, screw it. Let Piper win it because you know Nia Jax is going to win the next title. I mean,
seem like they're giving all the UK superstars their shine at this pay-per-view pretty much.
Yeah.
So, Yeah, it's not surprising.
What was the girl's name? Said Sarah. That's with Sarah Logan. That was with
Sarah Logan.
Yeah, Sarah
that's
Logan.
with the Viking Raiders.
Yep.
Thank God that she's injured right now, or that she's pregnant right now, because otherwise she
It
probably
would
would
have
have a women's world championship match or something too. It just oh my gosh. Listen,
Actually,
okay,
that wouldn't have. It's better for it to be Piper Niven because she has more of an upside than Sarah Logan does. So like she's more believable as a champion than Sarah Logan is. Like so, yeah, having Sarah Logan, it would have made no sense at all.
agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. I think that obviously they are trying to go the sympathy route with Bailey, but again, like I don't understand why there is this moniker in WWE where they strive to make her be Mick Foley, and it's just like, dude, like I hate that. Like, make her look strong, like make her look like an actual champion. The only time she looks strong is when she is a heel. When she's a face, she is that dumb baby face syndrome, and she rocks it, man. And I'm just like, dude, like y'all make her look like an idiot every week. And it's just, dude, like, and she just sat there in the corner, like grasping at her title. You got these two big mammoth giants you got to get past to try to hold on to your belt. And I mean, I get it. I can understand hard times, you know. But when Cody was going through his hard times with Brock Lesnar, and he was going through his hard times with the final boss, there were still moments of strength. Like Bailey don't have moments of strength where she looks strong as a champion. So I don't know. Side note: Piper Niven is kind of hot to me. I ain't gonna hold you. Let's move on.
She is.
Let's move on.
Yep. Any more thoughts, fellas, on this? No? Cool. Moving on. We got so we had the first match of the night. We got Johnny Gargano accompanying Ciampa to the ring to go against Austin Theory, who of course had Grayson Waller by his side. It was pretty standard match, back and forth moves, signature moves here and there. Of course, involvement on both sides with Waller and Gargano. But eventually, Ciampa ended up winning against Theory due to Waller's distraction backfiring. So pretty decent match between the two. What do you guys think?
It's interesting because Waller was talking about how he's the one that built Theory up, and it's kind of showing that heel tendency, and it seems like that tag team is going to be breaking up very shortly. So I'm really interested in how that's going to play out.
Agreed. Same. I think I like that they're both two douchebags that are gonna end up seeing who's the bigger douchebag. This could end up being a way for them to try to turn Theory babyface, but again, I don't know how you make Theory a believable babyface, because I mean, it's just that people are indifferent on him. It's not, and he has the look, he's had the titles, he's had the briefcase, he has so much going for him, but I don't know what it is that's missing that just makes people just not care about Austin Theory. Like, I love his interest. I think his interest is cold. Like, even seeing it, it's even better in person. Like, when they shut all the lights off and then they did that one spotlight on him and he does like this, like 8-time down. Like, everything about him says, hey, you are a WWE superstar. But for some reason, I just don't care about him and what he's doing. Like, cool. You're the inaugural WWE Tag Team Champs. Great. Don't care.
You know what I think? I think it's one of them situations where you may need to change the scenery, and I'm not talking NXT. He may need to jump ship. Maybe go to AEW, maybe go to TNA. Do what Dolph did. Go to a different company and see how you can, reinvent yourself with a different company. I mean, look at Drew. Drew left WWE when he didn't do New Japan, but he did TNA, did probably some indies in between that.
House
did.
of Glory, GWC, a bunch of different.
But he
promotions
went
was there.
and
Which I'm listening
reinvented
to his
himself.
audiobook right now
Yeah.
at work. Good book, by the way. If
Okay.
you haven't had a chance to read it or listen to it, it's a really good read.
Yeah. He went and reinvented himself. Then winning world championships with other companies, and then comes back to WWE and goes to NXT. He goes to the developmental brand, something he really didn't necessarily need because he was already on the main roster. And he comes back. He wins the NXT championship, has like great matches, NXT. Then he comes back to he eventually comes back to the main roster and has been like a badass ever since, And so I feel like that's something that Theory could use, a change of scenery, and go reinvent himself somewhere, and then come back if he decides to do that. It happens in professional wrestling. People leave, go to other companies, reinvent themselves, come back, and then see if you can make the best opportunity the second time around. So,
sometimes you need to leave. Zack Ryder was never going to become. I'm sorry, Matt Cardonia was never going to reach his full potential in WWE. Like I said, he just wasn't. But the matches he's put on now, the titles he's won, the accolades, the things he's done, and within TNA and within, like I said, other companies and stuff like that, and even bridging over into AEW a little bit. Nothing bad could come from that. From Austin Theory leaving. I think he needs to leave. A lot of people wanted him to be the next John Cena, but I think he needs to find himself first, and I think he has to hit rock bottom in order to find himself. And I know that's a scary place to be, but I do believe if the like the Macho Man always says, the cream always rises to the top. So, like I said, if he really is this superstar, he'll be back.
I'm gonna be real, not to cut you off. Like, I'm gonna be real with you. We give Cena a lot of crap, but ain't nobody else. Ain't no another Cena. Like, there will be another one. Like, there will not be another Cena. Like, nah. So what he did in the years that he did it, like, nah, it's not happening. Austin Theory can have that dream. All he wants to is not gonna happen. Like, nobody's having that. Not even Roman. Like, no. And we saw what they tried. We saw what happened when they tried to get him the keys. It didn't work out, and it took a pandemic for him to get his persona changed and for people to actually love him. So, as with Cena, people are gonna love him regardless. So it is what it is. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'll finish my statement. Coachman, did you have anything to add on this?
Yeah, the only thing I can see how they're definitely going the route of Theory being the baby face in this rivalry. The only way I can see it is kind of similar to what you said, Virgil, with how he's got to hit rock bottom. What if that's what they do in the storyline? Waller pretty much tears him down, like on the mic and everything, and maybe that's what leads to the crowd giving him sympathy and actually relating to him or something like that. That's the only way I can see that going for people to buy into him more. Because I think his in-ring work has gotten so much better, and he sells the crap out of everything, which I know a lot of people appreciate that on the internet. They talk about how he is such a good seller, and that's just half of the in-ring work. I think his offense has been great too. It's just he's just a generic. He's just a generic creator wrestler from 2K.
Damn, coach.
I'm being serious. Like, he has nothing else. And so maybe he needs this breakup with Waller, and I think the only way for it to be successful is if Waller tears him down so that he can rise back up. And that's how people are going to buy into him. And where they went wrong was, like you said, was trying to make him the next Cena. They did that with Roman. People hated it. Roman reinvented himself. Maybe this is the way for Theory to reinvent himself.
Okay. All right, moving on. We got the next matchup of the night. We had Apollo Crews taking on Andrade. Before that match, there was a backstage segment with him and Angel Garza. Angel Garza giving him a offer to join Legado del Fantasma, and Andrade declined the offer. And so now, fast forward to the match. These two, Cruz and Andrade, they've had several matches in NXT. Great chemistry in the ring. All the matches have been pretty good. And so, both of these guys are high flyers, also with some great power to their arsenal. And so it's pretty much a back and forth match. Some nice high flying spots throughout the match. And Andrew Garza showed up at ringside to try to cheer on Andrade. And then, of course, the rest of the Legado del Fantasma came out on stage after the match. So Andrade defeated Cruz. And so Andrade walked right past Legado del Fantasma as he was leaving out after the match. And so, what do you guys think of this whole situation here, the match and the storyline with Andrade and Legado del Fantasma?
Match I thought was pretty good, especially with Apollo Crews. I'm happy that he's getting more. He got the spotlight there. As for storyline, I mean, it's just leading to Andrade versus Santos, which I'm sure will be a good match. And honestly, I don't really think you need a kind of that storyline to do anything. Just say, hey, you two are going to fight each other. I think that would work just fine. You don't need to go into detail of like, oh, we're trying to get him to join this group. What I'm interested in was that Apollo Crews attacking Angel Garza in the locker room. And again, I've always been a big fan of Apollo Crews, and now that he's getting more screen time, I'm happy for him. And maybe this is bringing out the heel side of him. I doubt it. It's more just retribution. But I took that more away from that match and segment than anything with Santos and Andrade.
Hey, now that was a group.
Yeah, I'm not going to repeat that group. La Liga del Fantasma, whatever. I don't know, something along those lines.
No. You missed it, Coachman. You said Apollo Crews was seeking retribution. I said, hey, now that was a group.
No.
We want to keep that in the far, far distant memory, my friend. Like,
fair enough. That's fair.
Terrible.
Yeah, that one went right over.
What's next? See what happened next.
So we had there was another backstage segment after Piper Niven and Chelsea Green jumped Bayley. Nick Aldis granted Naomi and Bayley a tag team match against the two. And then also LA Knight was shown looking for Logan Paul.
Hold up.
Yeah.
Hold up. Can't just glance over that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen,
so,
it's about that time, guys. It's about that time. It's been a long time coming.
Finally.
Yeah.
Finally. Get that man some gold.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
And so next up, we got the Guerrillas of Destiny, aka the Bloodline, versus the Street Profits. Prior to that match, Kevin Owens came out for a promo talk about how Orton didn't really lose the King of the Ring match. And so since Orton wasn't there, he's going to focus on the Bloodline. Paul Heyman comes out and basically try to convince Kevin Owens to back off for his own safety, basically saying, hey, you don't want these problems. These dudes are more dangerous than the Bloodline was previously. And so Heyman ended up having a meltdown and basically almost caused KO to start kicking his ass. And so eventually Bloodline shows up and the Street Profits backed them up. So we had a little brawl going on, and eventually, the Street Profits and KO came out on top as in regards to that brawl. And so this led to the tag team match between the Guerrillas of Destiny and the Street Profits. Heyman and B5 were both watching from ringside as the match. Looks like Ford and Dawkins, they had the upper hand throughout the match, controlling the pace. And it pretty much was a back and forth competition. Pretty decent match. No one really had much control towards the end of the match. And then there was, let me see here. Eventually, so what I remember, Montez went for the splash, and then he ended up hitting it on Tungaloa. And as soon as he did that, Tama hit him with like the what was the R2 joint? That finisher. Him and Sheldon Benjamin got the same finisher. But yeah, he hit him with that move, and then that was the end of the match. The Guerrillas of Destiny, aka Bloodline, defeated the Street Profits. What did you guys think of the match?
I thought it was.
Can we talk about the?
Oh, go ahead.
Can we talk? Can we talk about the segment before that led to the match?
Yeah.
Let's start there. Let's start at Kevin Owens coming out and basically vowing and pledging to fight the Bloodline as he has for the past 3 years. But it's a different version of the fight. It's a different version of the Bloodline, and it's a different version of Kevin Owens. There is no Sami Zayn this time. They're split. Sami Zayn ain't coming to help him this time. He's got his own stuff going on Raw. I don't know if you guys peeped this or not, but Kevin Owens was wearing a KO Orton or RKO shirt. I said, so they even have merch now for Kevin Owens and Randy Orton. So it looks like they're going to be teaming for a while to face the Bloodline. Earlier in the night, before Kevin Owens comes out, literally Heyman and Solo are in the back, and Heyman is appealing to Solo first and telling Solo, "Hey, listen, we checked these guys' records before when they were considered, when me and Roman were here in the Bloodline, and we checked these guys' records, like they're thugs, like they're heathens, like there's a reason that we never recruited them for the Bloodline. Like the people you're recruiting and bringing in have not been approved, A, by Roman Reigns, and B, like I said, it just doesn't have, it's not how the Bloodline works. I want to keep the main thing, and I've said this in the group chat, and I want you guys to keep this as the main focus as we go through this next journey and this next ride and this next wave of the Bloodline. Solo's Bloodline has not been assembled by Roman Reigns. It has not been assembled by Paul Heyman. It's been assembled by The Rock. 100%. This is The Rock's Bloodline. It's the High Chief calling the shots now over Roman Reigns' head. Roman Reigns either will fall in line or he will be destroyed as well. The Rock, I know he said when he came back, he was coming back for Cody Rhodes. And like I said, you have to remember, you continue to keep things in the same context. Literally, Paul Heyman says, Solo, the plan is for the Bloodline to have everything in order and keep Cody Rhodes in check so when Roman Reigns comes back, he can win back the WWE title. And you have to remember, Solo said, Paul, Cody's in check and he don't even realize it. Literally, they're just keeping Cody busy until The Rock comes back, courtesy of the tribal chief, the High Chief, Rocky Maivia. The Rock is going to be the guy when he comes back. He's going to be the one calling the shots. He is going to supersede over Roman Reigns and everything like that. Like I wouldn't even put it past them to have The Rock have some even more special type beads than what Roman Reigns has when he comes back to show he's the High Chief. Or he may come out wearing the headdress like his grandfather used to when he used to wrestle. I mean, but you have to show that there is somebody that is over him, that is over Roman Reigns. Like I said, that Roman Reigns has to answer to. So I always want to keep that as we go through wrestling and as we go through these highs and these lows, because you're getting ready to watch it play out on television. They're just setting the stage right now. Solo Sikoa is not running and in charge of the bloodline. Solo Sikoa is taking his orders from The Rock. That's why Paul Heyman doesn't know what's going on. And that's why, coincidentally, when Roman Reigns returns first, he's going to be like, I didn't say for any of this to happen. I never approved any of this. And then it's going to be The Rock's music hits, and he's going to say, I approve this. So those are my thoughts as far as the promo. You have to, like I said, they feed you small details, but if you listen really good, you can piece together where they're going with this, at least where you think they're going with this. So that's my hypothesis of what I believe where they're going with this whole situation.
Ditto.
Same.
As far as the match goes, as far as the match goes, it was decent match. Like I said, obviously you want those guys to continue to be strong and you got to grow the bloodline, so they got to start having victories. They got to start winning. So it was important that they won this tag match. I mean, but I just hate that it's the expense of the Street Profits being beat to hell. You know, I do. I just hate that. Like, that sucks.
And Bobby's out, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he's injured.
Yeah, because he definitely would have been helping out for sure.
Yep.
All right, moving on. We got
anybody else have any matches
sorry.
or? I'm sorry. Go ahead. I was just saying, did anybody else have any thoughts on any of that?
Yeah.
Nah.
Nope.
Cool. All right, moving on. We got our next match of the night. We got Naomi and Bayley versus Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. Let me see here. It looks like that was the main event match. Pretty much a high energy and fast paced match between the four. Naomi pretty much stood out on this match, having a lot of high moments. And so basically, back and forth match, but ultimately Green and Niven were able to get the win over Naomi and the women's champion. Green pinned Naomi after Piper Niven did all of the work. She did the big splash and basically took Naomi. She took Chelsea Green, who was already knocked out, and put her over Naomi to get the win. And so, what did you guys think of this match?
Personally, it was my piss break. See,
I figured you
guys
are gonna say that. But yeah, so just piss break. No other thoughts. Okay, all right, moving on to the main segment of the night. AJ Styles and Cody Rhodes. So basically, copy and paste with this particular promo. If you remember back to 2011, Mark Henry and John Cena. Mark Henry with the Pepto-Bismol suit. Faked like he was going to give his retirement. And, well, technically gave a retirement speech. And, Cena's holding his hand up. Yeah, great career. And then Mark Henry gives Cena the World's Strongest Slam. New feud. Mark Henry goes against Cena, challenges Cena for the WWE title. Cena prevails, of course. So basically, in this situation, you had AJ Styles, coming out there, basically talking about how, this is the house that SmackDown's the house that AJ Styles built. He's saying, Cody, I'm here to give you the keys to SmackDown. You take over, you're the champion, blah, blah, blah. And then, they, exchanging words and stuff. And, he's like, yeah, I'm pretty much walking away. And Cody Rhodes, did the same thing. Cena did, like, congratulate on a great career, all this other stuff, got respect for you. And then AJ Styles clothesline and starts beating the hell out of Cody Rhodes, which was pretty much expected because AJ Styles was not done. You know, he wanted another shot at the WWE title. So, yeah, that's pretty much how SmackDown ended. And so, what do you guys think of the promo, and what do you think is going to happen from here on out in regards to the feud between Cody and AJ Styles?
Well, first off, I know I sent Virgil, I forgot to send you this Snapchat, but I wore a salmon shirt to church today in honor of Mark Henry. How wonderful that segment was on Friday night. And fitting enough, Mark Henry was backstage at SmackDown too.
So wow. He probably had a hand in producing the damn segment.
For all we know.
Yeah.
But I thought genius, great on AJ and Cody's part for how they sold that. I mean, AJ pretty much in tears as he's given his speech. And then Cody even getting emotional during it. You could see the tears forming in his eyes. I mean, that's what sold it for me, where it's like, oh, maybe this actually is the end. And then when he did the clothesline, it was back to reality of, okay, perfect. Because they're going to fight at Clash at the Castle, and it's going to be another banger of a match with a raucous crowd. And that is the right call to do that.
Any more thoughts, fellas, on the ending segment of SmackDown?
I mean, for me, I thought he really was going to retire. I mean, besides the acting where they look like they're both crying and all that, but seeing LA saying, if the rumors are true, congrats and all that. So that little backstage part. What's throwing kind of like a wrench in everything is the OC being there. Because, a couple months ago, he said he's doing it on his own. He doesn't need them. He doesn't need Michelin and the OC. So I'm curious how the OC is going to play in a role in this feud going on now.
I think for me, I like the callback. I think it was cool that they did that in support of. I don't know if they did it in support of Mark Henry, but it just worked right there. It was a good spot. Obviously, it was believable because they had a lot of people fooled. I think Fritos even said at one point he had the tweet ready just in case he had to send it out. The thank you AJ tweet. You know, like I said. Yeah. So I think that they got a lot of people with that. I thought it was very, very good. It also came out of nowhere, like, because you never really expect to hear, like, hey, so-and-so is retiring or what's his name has to retire. So, like I said, when they closed the show with that, I thought it was a good moment. I think it leads more to the blood of the feud between these two. Also keeps Cody busy until SummerSlam, where he will probably wrestle Randy Orton at SummerSlam for the WWE Championship. In their first bout will be friendly. It'll be a friendly joust to see where Randy matches up, where Cody matches up against Randy. But as far as this goes, AJ won't win. I would like to see, and we're going to talk about this with the NXT review. I would like to see AJ go to TNA and win the world title at TNA one last time. I think that we know he's not going to beat Cody for the WWE Championship, but I think going to TNA and being the world champ over there and still wrestling on WWE television would be huge for AJ Styles. It'd be huge for TNA. It'd be huge for WWE. That forbidden door being open. And yeah, like I said, AJ Styles coming back to the original house that he built. He was their guy. He was the guy in TNA. Make no mistake about it. You could talk Jeff Jarrett. You could talk, Awesome Kong. You can talk, Matt Morgan. You can talk all the different people that you want to that came through those doors in TNA. And they have some of the best names out there to ever step foot in the ring and lace those boots up. AJ Styles was the guy. It did not matter who else was there. So I think it'd be great for AJ to go back to TNA and win the world title there. And like I said, just help propel that company again or whatnot, just show up on there. So But that's it. We'll see. Like I said, as far as this feud goes, we know how it ends. Cody's gonna kick his ass one more time. So
I have an idea for you, Virgil. I know you and Coach are gonna like this. Forget Randy and Cody at SummerSlam. Say his name.
Yes.
Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry.
Because we love him in
And-
London and Paris and Tokyo.
Big Daddy C was not having any of that.
And America, Scotland, and Canada, and Mexico, they say, I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry. Meow. Wave your hands from side to side and say, I believe in Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry, it's so prestigious. Wave your hands from side to side and say, I believe in Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry, it's so prestigious.
Y'all done? Are y'all done?
Wave your
y'all
hands
done?
from
Come on,
side
man.
to side and
Come
say,
on, bro.
and I
Oh
believe
my
in Joe
God.
Hendry. Joe Hendry. See?
Joe Hendry. But no.
Oh,
Oh,
Terrible.
Spoiler alert.
Terrible.
We have a TNA WWE crossovers going on, and it's going to keep going on because Shawn Michaels made a tweet about it. That's one name
Oh,
I
yeah.
need to see in WWE.
oh, hands down.
oh my gosh, please, Lord, Lord, please, Lord, please, let Joe Hendry's music hit, Tid. I'm gonna lose I may pop harder for Joe Hendry showing up in WWE than I did for Cody Rhodes when he won the title. Because it would be more unexpected than Cody Rhodes would, because we knew Cody Rhodes pretty much was gonna pull it out and win that world title. But if that music hits, oh my gosh, dude, all bets are off. I'm going wild. I'm throwing stuff. I'm gonna lose my mind. Pillows gonna be hitting the TV, everything. Oh, dude, it's good. Oh my. You gotta stop talking about it because I'm just gonna get too hyped and it's gonna mess something up.
I love it.
Oh man, it's gonna mess something up. Let's move on. AEW Dynamite, man. We're an hour and 20 minutes in.
All right, so AEW Dynamite coming off a great pay-per-view where we saw the return of one MJF. And what we thought was a homage to Triple H coming back with his outfit, or maybe it was a dig because then he mentions Vince McMahon in his promo. We're just going to forget about that part, just the energy that MJF brought to his return is great for AEW. And finally, we can continue on with the storyline of MJF and Adam Cole. Guys, your thoughts on MJF coming back?
Hell of a promo. Oh, I was like, go ahead, Fritos. You can go first.
I'm going to say one quick little thing. So I don't know how long this new contract he has. I'm assuming it's probably like a 5-year contract. But when that contract ends, and if he ever goes to WWE, that guy is wearing pants. He is not wearing trunks at all after showing that new tattoo he has on his leg. The Bet on Yourself, the AEW. So I thought that was nice. But the energy he brought back, as soon as I saw he's back, I back in AEW. He is AEW, so I feel like it's going to be way better for the company overall, really. He could have the whole company on his back, let everyone else do their thing, but he's going to be the main focus.
It was a hell of a promo that he cut, and he did a great job with it, and I think that everybody immediately bought in to what he's talking about and what's going on with him. Again, and I just for me, MJF is that spark plug always and forever. He's the one that it really makes that company go around. He is their biggest star. He's what they have cooking within that company right now. Between him, Tony Storm, and if they could ever learn how to book Swerve Strickland right, those three right there, you can build the back of that company on those guys right there. Like I said, but ratings are going to go up. And people are going to be tuned in and more interested in Dynamite now. I mean, our own Tank, you know what I'm saying? I haven't seen them this fired up about AEW since MJF left, like I said. So, I mean, so it's palpable. Like I said, it's gonna be interesting TV, and he's going to cut these shock value promos. Here's the thing. My only thought is I just wish AEW didn't have WWE to lean on as far as clout chasing. Like I think whether it's good or bad, whether it's paying homage or whether it's talking trash, I just hate how everything has to revolve around WWE to get those shocking promos. Like, I can't believe he just said that, or that moment, like the shock value stuff of I gotta say Vince McMahon, I gotta say this, I gotta do this just to get a crowd reaction or make sure everybody thinks like I shredded this promo. It's like, dude, like you can shred the promo just talking about AEW business, bro. Talking about how you're here to save this company, how you're here to make this company relevant again, how Adam Cole has been on the mic multiple times, people could care less, but as soon as you come back, the company immediately picks up. And he asked JR there, so he could say JR or not that JR was there, but he asked JR in the company. He could say, as a great announcer, we once said, business is about to pick up again, something like that. But it just always the shock value stuff of having to use WWE to get people talking or to make your promo have that moment. It's just, for me, it's just like, dude, it's tired. That shit's ran its course. WWE's better than y'all, bro. Like, y'all not beating them. So there's no point in punching up like that, just no point.
Anything they screwed up by sparking the fire up under them and forced them to improve the product, and get remove the cancer that was the creator of the company. And so now things are looking up, with the company, and AEW, they're screwed. So yep.
All right, so now moving into Dynamite, we kick off with Mercedes Moné, the new TBS champion, coming into a ring and celebrating her victory over Willow. She puts over Willow as a very strong competitor, but then calls her stupid for not realizing that her friends were going to betray her. So I couldn't tell is she going to be the face, or is she a heel? Is she a tweener? I don't know, and that doesn't need to matter, honestly, what they're doing. But the crowd is reacting to her. Then Sky Blue comes out and reveals herself to be the attacker from freaking 3 months ago, it feels like, when they gave the interview when Mercedes gave the interview and the screen cut black, and then the next thing you know, she's on the floor and making some interesting noises as she's on the floor after getting attacked. So that sets up for her next title bout will probably be against Sky Blue. Guys, your thoughts on that segment as a whole?
Man,
Why
Willow had
wait, hold on. Let me. Can I just point out one thing? They've officially done it.
I know you want. Yeah.
They've officially done it. They've officially run out of names for the women's division. So this woman calls herself Sky Blue. That's all I have to say.
She fine as hell, by the way, but that's a different story. But
you need to take a cold shower, man. Damn.
No, I just had to throw that out there, but yeah, it is a weird name.
See you.
I say yeah. But yeah, man, like, why Willow had to suffer, bro? Like, come on, man. Like, Sasha ain't need to build this damn early. Like, come on. Like, they. I hate when they bring former WWE people over, and they instantly get championships. Like, I'm like, hey, like, you can't make them work for it. Like,
Does it ruin the credibility for you?
Like for Sasha, Mercedes Moné.
The credibility of the title. If it's that easy, if it's that easy for a WWE person to just waltz over and just automatically win a championship.
Yes, like, because I mean, you think about everyone else that hopped over. Now, in terms of women's division, they didn't do it quickly. Like with Toni Storm, she actually had to work her way up. I think she didn't win it on her first attempt or two. I think she had to have a few title matches before she actually won the first, the AEW champ. Was it? Well, yeah, the AEW Women's Championship, and then with Paige, when Paige came on, Saraya, when she came on, she had to have a few opportunities, so she didn't win it on first. Like, so it doesn't always happen, but I feel like with certain people that has like a much bigger name, like on the side of Mercedes Moné, like it's just this like urge they have to make them champion right off the jump. Like, I just feel like, man, she did not need the title. I'm like, Willow's having a good run, and I get it. You throw in the betrayal of Statlander and all them, but I just feel like Sasha didn't need the belt, not yet. I'm like, and then that was her first match, right? Her first official match.
Yep.
And oh man, I just feel like it was dumb, man.
She's got the Goldberg treatment.
Yeah. Well, even Goldberg didn't win it right off the jump. Didn't he lose the first? He lost the first opportunity against Triple H, right?
I was talking about his most recent
Triple H.
I was talking about his recent run.
Oh, you talking about that? Oh, okay. I'm thinking you're talking about when he first got to WWE after they bought WCW up. Okay, you talking about when he first came back? Okay, yeah, yeah. I wouldn't say is that bad, but because at least Mercedes Moné, she's young and she's still like in the prime of her career, so it's a lot different. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like she could have waited a little bit longer before winning it. I feel like let Willow get a little bit more of a run with the title, and then have Mercedes Moné, win it. But I don't know. It's AEW, so they do whatever they want. It can make sense, regardless if it makes sense or not. They're gonna do it, and so we'll see what happens from here. I just felt bad for Willow. I'm actually a fan of hers, so. But looks like Mercedes and Sky Blue are next up with the feud for the title. So we'll see what happens. I hope and pray that they do not give her a Jade-like run, like with this title. Like, I do not want this to be the same situation. Like, no, Jade had her Goldberg moment. That's it. We don't need it. We don't need no more. I love Jade,
bro.
But no.
I can almost if she got so the rumor with Mercedes was she wanted a Charlotte Flair like contract. She wanted creative control. She wanted to be able to say what she wants, say her piece, have a total input in her character, and she also wanted the money. If that's the case, I can almost promise you she probably put in there that she had creative control and that she can say when she loses belts and who she will lose to, and who she'll work with and who she won't work with. She finna have a nice little long run, brother. If I'm wrong, I will hop on this podcast, on this platform, and I will say I was wrong about her. But Mercedes Moné to me,
I know that was in the contract.
Listen, that it's in Charlotte's contract. You have to so when you have to listen to Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey been talking. Ronda Rousey has been talking since she left WWE. But Ronda Rousey was. Ronda Rousey was the one that said like Charlotte Flair it can pull her weight. Like she talked about Charlotte a good way or whatnot about their matches and stuff like that. But like Charlotte has a lot of pull in the back. She has a lot of creative control, a lot of say. She's looked at as one of those, like for real. And with Triple H being in complete control now,
Oh yeah.
Charlotte Flair is good as gold. So
Yeah.
Mercedes wants that same type of treatment. So like I said, so I'm pretty sure she probably put in her contract. She, like I said, it was rumored she wanted the same type of contract, same type of stipulations as Mercedes. I mean, as Charlotte Flair. So you gotta know. Like I said, that's how it's gonna be, bro. So just be prepared for it. It's gonna happen. What's next, Coach?
All right. So after that, we go into our first match of the evening, and it is actually a championship match between Swerve Strickland and Killswitch. Swerve coming off his title defense against Christian Cage. And this match, starts out as you probably would assume it would. Killswitch is in control for most of it, trying to build Swerve up. Real quick, though, they paired this with a promo for the House of Dragon that's coming out.
Mm-hmm.
And they built it up like it was a House of Dragon match, but then it was just a normal, I was confused. Like, that's all they were talking about during the match was House of Dragon, and really,
I think it's more promotion just for the show.
No, I get that.
But yeah.
I get that, but I mean,
Or they should have
you
done
could
like
have.
kendo sticks or something like that, more night stuff or anything like that, and make it more realistic. Hell, have Darby come up with a flamethrower again and light Killswitch on fire.
Well, either way, this was a missed opportunity.
Oh, fuck me, man.
Missed opportunity for something with this.
Hey, that's the one F-bomb. No more.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Like, and it's not just the AEW thing. I understand, and we want promotion dollars for this podcast eventually too. But man, I hate promotional matches. I hated it when I saw it in WWE, and I hate it now that it's moving over into AEW. But I get it. The money they pay is probably stupid for you to promote their matches and stuff like that. But dude, sorry, moving on.
All right. So after all that confusion, back to the match. Swerve eventually gets his momentum going and wins the match against Killswitch. And I thought the cherry on top, where finally we are booking Swerve correctly, he cuts off part of Killswitch's hair and dreads as a callback to what happened to him. Finally, we get Swerve as a dangerous champion that he should be booked as.
Got to get that get back.
Yes, so I was very happy with how that ended. Match itself was, it was all right, but thank you for finally booking Swerve correctly. And it's probably not going to last long, unfortunately.
Okay. All right. Hot take alert. You guys ready? Out of everybody from that group from Hit Row, AJ Francis is getting booked the best right now. Top Dollar is getting booked.
I do not blame you.
Top Dollar is getting booked the best out of everybody. TNA is treating him like a star. The stuff he's been doing with Joe Hendry, he has a new stable, First Class, and he has different hip hop superstars showing up on TNA television all the time. Like, he's being booked the best out of everybody. I mean, B-Fab is rolling with a group she don't belong with. You know, she better stay away from Bianca's man. You know, and Swerve Strickland is got this. And Swerve Strickland has adopted this dumb babyface syndrome, where now, since he's a good guy or whatnot, he's the one getting beat up and getting played every week for sympathy. He finally got a little bit of get back this week, but I'm still not buying Swerve Strickland as a world champ yet. Just me.
Well, it's not going to last long after his comments that were made today, where he talked about there's still a possibility that he wants WWE and AEW to work together.
Oh, too late.
Yep.
Oh, he's gone.
Yeah, we'll get into that later on in a little bit as Dynamite ends. So, guys, any other Fritos? Any thoughts on that?
I thought it was a decent match. I'm excited for House of the Dragons. Like you guys know, I'm a huge nerd. My next tattoo is gonna be Game of Thrones right here.
Yeah, I'm ready for that season 2, man.
But yeah, I mean, I thought it was a good match.
Fritos
look strong. What?
Who's your tattoo person?
Nick from Goodhart in Springfield, Illinois.
Okay, you would you go with me to go get my first tattoo?
Sure, I'll hold your hand.
That's my move. Thank you.
Hand.
Well, that's some Darius right there.
But no, I thought the match was good. Swerve looks strong. Hopefully, Tony doesn't take those comments to heart and doesn't get petty and books him more terribly. But yeah,
We'll get to that in a little bit. So next segment we have a Jericho and Bill come out to give their promo, and man, that crowd was
Trash.
flat. It was, oh god, that was terrible. Also, another thing, have you guys noticed with Dynamite how the lights are like you can barely see past the first 3 rows?
Yeah.
Okay. Like I noticed, this was the first time I really noticed that, because I'm like, man, why is it so dark behind all the, like, because you can still see some people behind there, but I'm like, man, why is
they're
it so
hiding
dark?
the empty seats.
Yes, I
Hey,
know.
hey, I was so finna ask. Hey, Coach, why do you think that is?
I know exactly why. I just wanted to state the obvious.
They don't fill up arenas.
Or the
Or,
smallest ones.
Unless it's a pay-per-view. Like outside of their normal like areas that they go to. Like if it's like a big time pay-per-view, they'll have a lot of fans. But on the weekly shows, nah.
Oh no, I knew what the answer was. I just wanted to throw that out there. Anyways, back to the terrible promo. Thank God Hook came out and stopped it, and he looked like he was ready to fight. And then Samoa Joe comes out, whispers something into Hook's ear, and they both walk to the back. So anticlimactic, but also intriguing.
Some development there.
He whispered, I have your dad tied up in the back. You better walk back here with me.
It's Taz!
It's Taz!
But we digress. Next match, we have Jon Moxley versus Mr. Romero and Piss Break.
News fest.
Yo, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No,
I mean,
but
I have to laugh because I just remember back in those Shield days thinking that Dean Ambrose was the real deal. But man, he needed the Shield more than any of them. He needed the Shield the most out of the 3 of them. Like, that's just crazy to me to think about now. It's like he really needed the Shield more than anybody.
So yeah, not gonna go into much detail about that match. So we move
Because
on
it
to
sucked.
100%. Did you not hear me? I said Piss Break.
No, yeah, oh no, it sucked. I just wanted to reiterate. You got it, Coachman. Sorry.
All right, no, you're good. It's just good to have you back.
Appreciate you. Heartfest.
All right. Next, we have Mr. Orange Cassidy coming out to the ring, followed by Don Callis, who is trying to get Orange Cassidy to sign on his team. Orange Cassidy says no. He gets attacked. Simple yet effective. That's what I thought of that. It was, didn't have to go overboard with it. It was very simple. Stakes were laid out. Consequences were followed. I appreciate that. When you do a segment like that and you keep it short and sweet, like they did, perfect. Good job on you for booking that. Any thoughts on that, guys?
I want to keep this segment short and sweet, so no.
Okay, got it.
I
All
just
right.
want to say something. I just want to say something real quick.
Say it.
Yeah, go
Say
ahead.
it, Big Daddy.
And I apologize for the second F-bomb of the night. I fucking hate Don Callis. He just irks my nerves, man. Like, every time I see him on the television screen, I he just irks. He if that was a human form of a cicada, he would be it. Okay, like he just it's just like,
But he
dude,
pops up more
go
than every
away.
17
His head looks like a thumb.
Bro, like
Right.
he remind me of the thumbs from Spy Kids 2.
Oh
Like,
my god.
bro, like now that you mentioned that, he remind me of them so bad. Now I'm like, bro, just get off my TV, man. Go away. Go away. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I just want.
No, that was great. I loved that.
I had to get that off my chest, man.
All right. So we move on to our next match, which was not announced, just completely random. It's a championship match for the TBS Championship between Mercedes Moné and Sky Blue.
Just right.
Just random. Just random.
Oh.
It literally just okay, that segment with Orange Cassidy's done, and here comes Mercedes Moné for her title defense against Sky Blue, and I'm like, what is it? So my problem with that, not only like not announced, it's spontaneous. Like, I get a title defense on. I liked that they were doing a title defense on Dynamite for Mercedes. I'm okay with that. It was just the fact that it was one out of the, excuse my pun here, out of the blue, and it basically makes the attack on her from when she first got here obsolete. Like, it makes no sense. Like, there's no, yeah, exactly. Thank you, Big Daddy. See,
I fade away and classify myself as obsolete.
I mean, that was
Obsolete.
That just irked me so much. It was like, you basically did not. There was no build. There was no reason why you gave for why Sky Blue attacked Mercedes. It was just, okay, well, let's just get your title shot out of the way. Match in itself was fine. Mercedes ended up retaining, shocker. And after that, we get a surprise entrance for the Forbidden Door pay-per-view coming up from New Japan. Their women's world champion is going to challenge Mercedes, it looks like, at Forbidden Door. I mean, I doubt you guys have anything to add to that, do you?
Nah.
Nope.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, well, when a title match is out of the blue like that, I wouldn't have much to add either. So, I mean, Dynamite was doing okay. Like, yes, it had its clunkers with Jericho and Moxley, but the
You mean the
Swerve
Thanksgiving
match,
turkey?
yeah, that one. I mean, Swerve brought me in. Mercedes promo was pretty good. Like, I was like, okay, yeah, Dynamite, not bad this week, not bad. And then, and I'll even say Don Callis and Orange Cassidy, I thought that was good. And then this just happened. And I was like, what? Like, you guys, you're taking those steps forward and then you're going straight back.
Yep.
Straight back. Anyway.
Every time I try to leave, something keeps pulling me back.
keeps pulling me back.
Oh,
Make it work. Come on, baby. Oh man, listen, black
miss
tie
that
affair,
silky
boy.
voice. I
Boy,
miss that
listen.
silky voice. Oh.
Hey, we gotta stop playing. Get that R&B podcast rolling too.
Yeah, I know.
I'll
I'ma
make
stop
love
BSing
to
with
you when you want me to.
Oh my
Oh,
god!
snap. Okay.
What's the bit?
Let's go, Coachman. Let's go.
Coach Noah's R&B, man.
I'll make love.
Hey, I ain't gonna hold you though. If if there's one Boyz II Men song that most white people know is "End of the Road" or "I'll Make Love to You." Like the makes too.
Oh, no love for Motown Philly?
Motown Philly back
okay, I
again.
get it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Hey,
I got you, Coach.
I
got
worked
you,
in
Coach.
radio. I know my music. I worked in
Oh,
radio.
hey. Shut me up then. Okay. All right. Cool. Hey, say no more.
I'm with it, as the kids say nowadays.
Say no more. My Mike would appreciate that, as he was formerly in radio and is still a DJ right now. So, hey,
Good man, that Coachman. Good man, Coach. Hey, later on in September, I'm gonna be down. I'm gonna be down in STL DJing a wedding, bro. We might have to link up.
Oh yes, please.
Go. I'll take you out to dinner at Salt and Smoke or something like that. We go get some good barbecue.
Oh, I love it.
Deal.
You just let me know.
I'm not going to a Cardinals game with you, dog. I promise you that.
Oh, that's fine. I wouldn't go to a Cardinal games either right now with how they're playing.
I wouldn't go to a Cubs game either.
Yeah, I'm
But
shocked.
I digress.
Man,
Fair.
bro, I was like, doing
But
some
we
work.
digress.
We digress.
All right.
Coachman, we really should do baseball coverage though. Some type of baseball coverage.
Oh yes, I'd be down for that.
All right. Okay.
Back
Back to the wrestling.
Back to wrestling. Yeah. Back to wrestling. Yep.
Focus. Okay.
We like that fun
Then, we like to have fun. The Elite coming out and cutting a promo talking about how Adam Copeland has a fractured tibia from jumping off the top of a barbed wire cage onto a barbed wire table on top of a person. I mean, we kind of expected that to happen.
I can't watch that
Edge's
video.
Yeah,
It's so bad how he landed.
Not his brightest moment in terms of decision making in his career. Yeah, I wouldn't have did that.
Yeah. So because of that, the TNT championship is now vacated, and they think, who better than Jack Perry, the scapegoat, to be the new champion? And so they are going to just give him the championship until one Christopher Daniels comes out. Basically, when you order Adam Pearce off of Wish.
Hold up, hey, yo, I will not tolerate any slander of Christopher Daniels. He is a TNA GOAT, okay? You will not disrespect that man by calling him Adam Wish from Wish. Adam Pearce from Wish. You would not do that. That man is a legend.
Tommaso Ciampa Wish?
No! He is Christopher Daniels, the fallen angel, okay?
Triple H light?
Respect him. You will respect that man. You will not do this, okay?
Okay. All right. We like to have fun.
TNA original like AJ Styles, but yeah, go ahead.
There is momentum happening here.
Anyways, Christopher Daniels comes out. He reveals that he has now been hired from EVP by Tony Khan, and that there will be a gauntlet match to determine this new champion. And we get to the match. Couple of surprise entries. We got a couple from New Japan, a couple from Ring of Honor, and lo and behold, the winner is one Will Ospreay. And not only that, but also Will Ospreay will now challenge Swerve Strickland at Forbidden Door. AKA, he's going to be a double champ.
Whose house? It ain't Swerve's house.
And that was the end of Dynamite, guys. Your thoughts on that? Yes, go ahead.
Fritos, Coachman, excuse me for a second. Claude, don't you hear how they book black champions? Ain't it just messed up?
Because we know Ospreay finna take his title off this man.
Bruh, listen.
It's not to happen. I hate it. But like,
Just
it's
thank
inevitable,
God
bro.
it's not Black History while it's happening,
Yeah.
because this is really jacked up. That they
Yeah.
did all of that. Finally, he wins the big one just for him to turn around and lose that championship. And
The good
you know
thing,
what?
the only good thing about it is that people don't outside of like Brock Lesnar being the one to dethrone Black champions. Like Will Ospreay is not he's not universally like despised by wrestling fans. Wrestling fans love him. So if he wins the title, people wouldn't mind it. You know, the only people who hate it is Swerve fans, which is most of us. You know, I mean, I wouldn't hate it, but like, you know, I'm not really that much of a fan. I don't hate Swerve, but like, I like Will Ospreay. So if they put the title on him, I wouldn't mind it. But I just hate that Swerve is being booked this way, though.
back to everybody. Who's the bigger name, bigger draw right now in the wrestling world? Will Ospreay or Swerve Strickland?
Will Ospreay.
Ospreay.
Oh well, yeah.
So then Tony's doing the right thing if you're doing the right piece of business, right? But then if that's the case, why have him beat Joe?
Yeah.
Why even put it on him like that if you just gonna take it off of him a couple months later? Like,
I think part of me feel like in terms of like wrestling match, in terms of chemistry, I feel like Swerve and Ospreay would have one hell of a match in the ring compared to what it would be if it was Ospreay and Joe. Honestly, because we saw what it was with Swerve. Him and Brian did have a match like recently, right? Before the Hangman Page match, didn't Swerve and Danielson, didn't they have a match early on this year?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was them two, and then he went him against Hangman Adam Page. That was one hell of a match, and so I think they're looking at it as like, all right, what's going to sell? Like Swerve versus Ospreay or Swerve versus Joe. And so obviously I think him and Ospreay is going to tear the house down when that match comes about, you know. And who knows, they might have him retain the first time, and then him and Ospreay might go at it one more time, you know. But if they have Ospreay beat Swerve, it wouldn't be no surprise. But that match is going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. So I think that works a hell of a lot better than Samoa and Joe going against Ospreay. So I think that's probably why they probably had that plan in the works. And so that's probably why they put the title on Swerve. So they can have that led up into the match with him and Ospreay. So that's just my opinion on that.
Go ahead, Coachman.
I just wanted to say, I think what my initial thought is that yes, they're going to put on a heck of a match, but it's going to somehow end in a DQ, just that way. Swerve keeps his title. Ospreay got the shot, so it's basically we just saw a good match with a DQ, but that's okay because we saw a great match. What he just said about WWE and AEW, I feel like Tony's going to be petty and just be like, oh well, yeah, I think Ospreay's just going to go ahead and be a double champ.